So this is a Steve that I fully built from scratch. Well, at least one half of him. Because for the other half, we're going to be fully assembling his skeleton so that we can find out what bro is really built from. And along the way, we're going to be taking a bunch of different things from Minecraft and we're going to be making them realistic. And at the end of the video, we're even going to create a fully functioning minecart that you can actually ride. Let's go! So as some inspiration for the skeleton, I'm going to take an x-ray of my whole body. And using that as reference, I designed and printed these first bone pieces. So let's start gluing them into place. Starting with his feet. And I wasn't sure how many toes Steve has. And I don't think that's a question that anyone has ever asked before. But since he's technically a human, I just gave him 5 square toes. Then we have a blocky ankle and a couple more bones to go on top of that. And to complete the leg, we need his femur, which if you didn't know is actually the strongest and biggest bone in your body. Yep, that seems true. Then we've got this tiny kneecap, then a hip bone that we can attach to his body, and it seems to be holding his weight quite well. So then we glue the leg onto that, and just like that, we have completed the base of the skeleton. So now Steve will be able to carry many stacks of items without falling over. Okay, so another way of trying to make Minecraft realistic is by recreating a block from the game. So I got a bunch of dirt on my desk right now, but it doesn't really stick together. So to fix that, I'm going to bring in this Lego cup full of water and then get my hands dirty to try and mold it together. Okay, so that worked, but it's kind of more of a ball right now and not really a square. So let's bring in the butter knife and try cutting some of it away. Okay, that looks way more blocky. But the one thing more iconic than a dirt block is a grass block. So I'm going to bring in some fresh grass and give it a new fade. Okay, let's not waste any pieces. And just like that, I remade the most recognizable Minecraft grass block. This is what people who play with realistic shaders see. Okay, but I guess gravity actually still works in real life. Okay, so for the next skeleton piece, I made a bunch of these little cubes. And by carefully gluing them to his body, we can remake Steve's spine. Which is important because it basically connects together all of the other body parts, including ones that we haven't even made yet. It's also flexible in case he ever needs to get into some weird angles. And then attached to the spine is the rib cage. That actually sounds so nice. Which will give support and also provide protection to the insides. So this boy has about 5 of them, which is actually less than humans have, but Steve's ribs
are extra thick.
So they will easily provide enough protection from random elements. Okay, nice. He basically just survived a bunch of cobblestone being thrown at him. No damage taken at all. Alright, for the next challenge, I have to buy some of these little glass bottles because I want to see if I'm able to recreate some Minecraft potions. So I channeled my inner Walter White and started cooking up the mixtures. And this process takes pure focus. But just like that, we have a set of some potions, and each one will give me a different special effect. Okay, so first is this blue potion, so let's take a swig. Nice. Alright, I'm feeling it. So yeah, this is the swiftness potion, which makes you run super fast. Okay, so for the next potion, I had to find a really big object, like this random truck, because after drinking this yellow juice, it will actually give me a jump boost effect. Nice. Guys, this was definitely not edited, I swear. Leave a comment if you believe me. Okay, and then there's this red potion, so let's pop it open. And this one actually gives you the power of invisibility. But I forgot that it doesn't really last that long. Alright, so we need to give this bro a working arm next. And it's a very important step to get right, because using your hand is like the main thing in Minecraft. So we have a strong shoulder bone, to which we can connect the upper arm bone. Then there's 2 smaller bones, which will lead to the square hand bone. Dang, that's a lot of bones. Okay, and now we need to decide if Steve actually has fingers, because you can't really see any on his hand usually, but he's still able to hold everything in the game. So I think it makes sense to give him some hand digits. But we need something beefy, because he's literally known for breaking tree blocks just by using his fist. And let's also add in his little cute thumb for more grip strength. Alright, now that looks like a fist that could do some real damage. Okay, so for this next bit, I want to try and make a real-life Minecraft cake. But first, we need to collect the right ingredients. Then I'm going to walk over to the crafting table in my house, and it's just kind of empty right now. But we can start filling it up by using all of the right items from our inventory. Okay, so now everything is in the correct spot, same as the crafting recipe in the game. So it should appear any second now. Nice, just like that we baked this Minecraft cake. This thing looks really good and tasty, but I'm actually so proud of my creation that I'd feel really bad if I ate it. I mean, we can wake up in the mornings together, go and take a shower together, make sure it's nice and shiny, also watch some TV together. Yo, no, you can't watch that. It feels like I found my true best friend, but I am feeling hungry and I don't really have anything else to eat. Oh well. Oh yeah, that was worth it. And now my hunger bar is back to full. Okay, so you might be familiar with this tool. Yep, it's a pickaxe. Just a bit less pixelated than the one in the game. But you can still use it in the same way and mine with it. Nice. But this is only soft dirt. So next I wanted to find some proper stone that we can test it on. So yeah, we actually got a tiny bit. But mining stone in real life seems a lot harder than it is in the game. Steve makes it look easy. We do have another tool that we can use though, which you could have guessed we can use if we ever want to collect some wood pieces. Okay, now we need the part of the skeleton where all the magic happens. His blocky skull. Which you could have guessed is basically a big cube with a little hole for the eye socket. And then there's this bit of the skull to which we can attach these tiny teeth. Oh, that's so cute. Kind of weird at the same time. And the bottom ones to his jaw, and then bring that in to attach to his head. Dang, bro looks like he did some mewing before this. Okay, but yeah, now he has a complete mouth, which he can use to chew through some rotten flesh if he's hungry enough. But just like that, we have the full Steve skeleton, which fully shows how the structure of this boy is actually made. And I also wanted to make sure that all the bones are closer to the square shape, because Minecraft, and I think that ended up working and looking really nice. Okay, so for the next realistic Minecraft creation, we need some of this magical green powder, and the pot, and some boiling water. So let's pour it all in, and then we need to mix our swampy water together, because we are trying to make a slime mob in real life. So let's also drop Steve in it to see if he can survive it. Alright, but now we have to take this to the fridge and let it cool down.
The next day.
Nice, so it looks like the slime has fully set now, and it actually looks bouncy. Oh yeah, also it looks like Steve is fine as well. But next we need this massive wooden cutting board, because we have to turn this whole thing upside down. Whoa, and yeah, all of it is still intact. So next I'm going to try cutting it into a cube shape. And just like that, we actually recreated a slime mob from Minecraft. And honestly, it kind of feels gross to hold. No! Oh, I dropped the slime! Okay, so there's slime everywhere now. But in the game, they can actually divide into smaller cubes if they get hurt. So let's try doing just that. And yeah, now we have this small and cute little slime. But he can still be as annoying as they are in the game. Okay, and I always wanted to test what slime actually tastes like, so let's give it a go. Yeah, slime mobs taste nice. Alright, what if we grab just a real normal apple and slap it in the middle of the crafting table? Then we can grab some golden ingots and completely surround the apple with them. And if you didn't know, this is how you can craft a golden apple. Oh, this thing is super shiny, and it's kind of heavier too, so it usually gives you really good effects if you eat it. Yeah, I don't think that part works the same in real life though. Okay, anyway, if we find our closest enchanting area and do some magic spells, the golden apple will get enchanted. So now it's even bigger, and it has a big golden glow, though it's not really edible anymore. So one really good use for it would be to use it as an infinite lasting torch. Just walking around and holding this thing will give you infinite aura, and I could legit just stare at its bright glow all night long. Okay, so to bring the next thing from the game to real life, we're gonna need to get some wood, because Minecraft actually has a few different ways of getting around the map, but the most fun has to be riding a minecart. So for this next challenge, I'm gonna build one in real life from scratch. Alright, so for the first step, we have to mark out and cut some wood pieces. Okay, nice. Now I have to use a bunch of screws to start putting this frame together. Okay, but right now this whole thing kind of looks like I just built a really bad wooden table. It's time for a well-deserved break anyway. But now for real. Next we have to assemble the side panels. Okay, so now we basically made this big wooden box. So for the next step, we need to wax some grey paint on the whole thing. And just like that, we have recreated a full-size minecart that I can actually move using this controller. And it's kind of fast, because it's all powered by my electric skateboard underneath. So let's take this thing for a spin. So yeah, now I can actually fully pretend I'm in the game and go for nice and peaceful rides in my minecart. Okay, but I also wanted to test if we can take this thing off-road and how far we can push it.
I'm in an actual minecart! Let's go! Oh no, that's a bump! Oh no! Oh! Oh, yeah, I definitely took some health damage there. Okay, I think that's enough of minecarts.
But obviously, I didn't listen to my own advice. Alright, so since my last potion accident, I decided that I will never drink one again. Wait, what the heck? Enjoy. Whoa, and that's a green potion. Okay, this is so weird. I'm going back inside, I'm scared. But I am kind of tempted to drink it. Alright, I'll do it just for you guys. This one actually tastes nice. Oh, wait.